I really need a monitor.
I'm working on it.
I asked for a monitor before we started. That's something I really need. If you can get on that.
You'll be fine.
I need a monitor. You have a mirror.
Is that like to hold your wallet?
I don't know. I'm not going to wear it because I can't see
What
it.
is it? Your
It's a
gangsta
little
chain?
No, I wanted to look like a time traveler.
West Side.
I have a pocket watch, but I don't have a pocket watch. Testing. Okay. What do we decide about the music?
We have said this every show. I think it's fine.
Aren't we?
Let's do better dance moves than last time.
I don't think we should do it because I think it's going to get flagged.
It hasn't, though.
No,
We haven't even started.
That hasn't got flagged.
That's not flagging. Today, we have nothing to add into it, like videos, so let's see what today
I
does.
have Sun Valley Road that I was going to do, but it's mine.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Check.
I'm done with this.
Yeah, because last time he was so
He
off
was
on
not even ready.
So I am a
What
college
is wrong with
professor.
this?
We can now begin the program.
Hang on.
But I think that's cool that people can see what's happening before we're quote on. You know what I mean? I think you should use that like, this is real, the really real deal.
Here is extra tall for AJ.
Sorry.
I have to raise the camera.
A little higher, Diane. My friend,
Oh, no
we
wonder.
called her Mall Mary. It was Troy's grandma. And she'd get her hair done by Diane, the beautician. And she'd want it a little higher. And she'd go, a little higher, Diane. Hashtag a little higher, Diane. Put that
Ready
in.
to drop the beats?
Yeah.
And... Wait.
Start over. He's
What?
coughing over it.
It doesn't matter. Oh, God. I always miss the count. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is real. Don't you know it's real?
It's real.
REEL.
Wow.
Yes. And a good day to everyone out there on the podcast as well as the interweb. I'm JP
interweb.
Miller.
And I'm Leslie McCarter.
We're the hosts of
This is Real.
And that's REEL. Boy, we've been burning up the airwaves by now. This is like, I don't know, our fourth show.
I mean, our
fifth show?
400th show.
Fifth?
This is our 500th show.
Literally, we're a virus going through the internet.
There is no virus.
Infecting
Hashtag.
everyone.
There is no
There's
virus.
so much excitement.
Stop
Hashtag
saying
the
that there's a
show.
virus attached with our show. People are
Yes.
going to start running.
There's lots of infection.
Yes, and it's called This Is Real. You need to
Speaking
share
of
it.
infection,
Share the infection.
I think that I have a
Ingrown
ingrown.
nail.
I hate that.
Whoa. The last episode was about JP's nails.
I
Oh.
cut mine. But see, that's...
Look how long they are
I
again.
know.
That's
Already?
from last week.
I'm sorry, and there's some dirt in them too.
Did you use
Well,
your
because
pencil?
you were gardening this weekend.
I do a lot of gardening.
You didn't use your pencil though.
Yeah, so in all seriousness, folks, speaking of podcasts, I would like to say that we are a podcast and a YouTube show. And I don't know how to access a podcast. Do you?
What do you mean?
Like, do I have to have an app on my phone that says
I just use
podcast?
Spotify. I downloaded Spotify, and isn't there Apple, and what else can you do, babe?
Amazon.
So if you would like to,
Amazon, there's all sorts
if you're a
of-
podcaster, or what a podcast is, and I know this is very embarrassing to explain, but I just want to make sure I understand it. Hashtag out there is just audio. You're listening to us talk. But we're also doing it visually on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like to I like to watch stuff better than listen. But this podcast would be a real blessing and interest to your life to when you're walking the dog,
When you're
taking a
exercising.
shower, if
When
it's
you're-
really loud.
When you're going number 2.
Yes.
I mean, I'm on my phone all the time when I'm using the bathroom.
Hashtag toilet.
And Waylon's like, "What are
Oh.
you doing?" I'm like, "I'm still in here using the bathroom." And really, I'm surfing the
It
web.
used to be like John Paul, my cousin, would take the comics every Sunday and stay in the bathroom for 4 hours. Now my kids are like, go out with their phones. I'm like, get off your phone and get out of the bathroom. We only had one bathroom growing up. Isn't that crazy?
No, I don't. Yeah.
You were rich.
No,
you
I
had
wa-
a private jet.
Stop. Every show. Has he not said this every show?
But it's
People
true.
really are going to think.
They own the Alabama Grill. They had a
No.
private jet. Lessie was flown back and forth like to Myrtle Beach in
It
high
was
school
my
every weekend.
ex-stepdad's business partner, and they were doing him a favor.
Speaking of accents, everyone has an accent where they're from, and you know we've traveled a little bit.
I am not good at accents.
And
Don't even
sometimes, like
start.
when I'm with a accent that's real strong, and I'm like
try to-
surrounded, I
Adopt it.
start
Yeah.
like I was in Northern Ireland a couple years ago, and everyone's like, I mean, I have to focus on really getting it. Like, aye, me lass, how's it going, JP? Aye, fish and chips, but I think that's more Scottish. Is fish and chips Scottish or Ireland?
British.
It's not British.
From Britain land.
Chips? Not like for
I don't know. I don't eat it
Out
because
there in
it's
the
too fried.
podcast, what I think I'm pretty on the Northern Ireland Scottish. Like we have rolling hills going into Ireland, and we welcome you to come and join us,
On
my
our
brother,
podcast, you wee little lad.
through the Northern Ireland, as well as our sisters and brothers in Scotland, which sounds a little like that to me as well, with a kilt. And the Loch
You know
Ness
who you
Monster.
sound like?
Who?
You sound like Robin Williams when in Mrs. Doubtfire. You know what I'm talking about?
She wasn't from.
But
Europe?
she did a little part in there.
she-
Oh,
British?
she was kind of. What's Mary
Was.
Poppins?
It was so funny. I missed that movie. We need to watch it again.
What's Mary? It's
Oh,
sad
gosh.
because they get a divorce. I can't handle it. But what was?
Mary Poppins?
Yeah, wasn't she British or something?
I think so.
I don't know.
Just a spoonful of sugar. Yeah. So that was my Northern Ireland. Leslie, it's your turn to do an accent, and I would like to hear your California Valley Girl accent.
No, there's no Cali girl.
What are you going to do then?
I told you I don't do accents.
Do a Southern one. You can do that.
Oh, hey, y'all.
Would try to be funny. Say something not that's Southern that would be funny.
I don't know. I told you I'm not good at accents. I told this. We're just scrap
Thanks
this.
for ruining
Scrap this.
the show.
Scrap this section. He thought he was
actually-
going to come up with this really cool
No,
section.
I'm
Scrap
going
it.
to do my Canadian now.
No, this is good.
About, hey guys, I was wondering about what you were doing about and maple syrup and stuff.
About all he says is
Hockey.
about maple syrup.
Hockey.
About.
About free healthcare. About. Or a boatload of fish.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's our accent challenge. We hope you enjoyed that, and it wasn't offensive to anyone because I tried to be like, am we allowed to even do accents anymore? You know, hashtag. If this is a crazy time in our life, it's time, folks, for your favorite game.
Two truths
and a lie with JP Miller and Leslie McCarter right here on This Is Real, REEL.
Do you have yours ready this time?
I do. Last week I
last week was a
forgot.
bomb.
But Leslie, I'd like to hear from you first because chances are yours not as entertaining as mine are.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Wait, where are mine?
Oh, crap.
Okay. These are my two truths and a lie. First, my favorite type of food is Italian. Second is Waylon and I waited till our wedding day to make boom boom. And three,
That's all.
I can speak Spanish.
Okay, you can't speak Spanish.
El burro sabe más que tú.
I can do that as well.
That means the donkey is smarter than you. My grandma taught me that. Who
I
she was
forgot
from.
your name's Ananiah.
She was from. It's not Ananiah.
Whatever. Is that the lie?
No, I can speak a little bit of Spanish. No, that's true.
What's the lie?
The lie is my favorite food is not Italian. I do like Italian food.
What's your favorite food?
Probably like Mexican. I don't know.
I
don't know.
I love all foods.
I really do. I like all two, but I
Do you
wouldn't
think I look like a college professor?
with your those glasses. For those of you on our podcast that are just tuning in, JP has
Sorry,
these really
Dominic.
cool glasses on. He thinks they're cool. He
So
kinda
here's the
looks-
deal with the podcast and YouTube show. It's a double 2 for 1. And
two
it's kind
for
of like
one.
a double cheeseburger. Leslie and I are very visual, though, as creators and as performers or whatever. We're very visual people. So our podcast, we love you, and we want you to stay and listen to us when you have time to not watch something and listen. Maybe you could listen to it as you're asleep at night and you would process our information.
Right. It puts you to sleep at night.
So if you're watching us on YouTube, all you have to do to get our podcast is this.
Yeah.
You said go to Spotify or something.
Yeah, go to Spotify. You know, there's all sorts of things that you can do.
Oh my,
Apple.
this is horrible.
You don't even know.
Amazon.
Apple
Again,
Music.
is there a icon?
How about anywhere you can get a podcast, you can find it.
But we don't even know what. I don't even understand.
Then it doesn't matter. You just do the thing and try to be pretty in the mic.
Spread the virus through.
Yes, Waylon and I did wait until we were married to make Boom Boom, as Aaliyah calls it.
That's great.
2 truths and a lie. Go, JP.
Exactly. Hi, I'm
Hi.
JP Miller, and this is real. I'd like you to pick out which one is the lie from my 3 things. And I only did one. Sorry, was I supposed to do 2? Okay, number 1. I had a popcorn ball business in 7th grade. My mom made them, and I took them to Salem Junior High and sold them for $1 a piece, wrapped them in that plastic wrap until I got busted and shut down by the principal. 2, I had a gum business in 8th grade where I would walk to Matheny's Gas and Grocery and get the gum for 3 cents. I would then sell it for a dime at school until my operation was shut down by the principal. 3, I would steal smokes out of my dad's cigarettes, put them in my book bag in a pencil case, take them to school, and sell them for $1 a cigarette in 9th grade. I did not get caught in school on that, but my dad was always like, "Where's all my cigarettes?" And I was like, "I stole them to sell them at school." Which one's a lie?
The last one. You did not sell the cigarettes.
Correct. I did not sell the cigarettes. And you judgmental people out there probably thought I did, right?
Thank goodness.
I believe the other 2. When we got there, I was like, okay, no.
So I did have a flourishing popcorn ball business. My mom made them, and we made $1, and that was
love a
like
good
in the
popcorn.
80s. So that was a lot. And then my gum business was flawless until it just started. It was getting too big for Salem Junior High. You know, it ended up having some crime, and it was almost mafia. You know, I was the godfather of, the contraband that was coming in the school. So we got shut down pretty good. So, Leslie,
Wow.
how about something surprising from you?
Okay, I got another 2 truths and a lie. Did you only come up with one? You better come up with something on the spot then.
I can.
Okay, in 4th grade, I pooped my yellow jumper waiting on the school bus.
Who hasn't?
I was Waylon's first kiss and only kiss till this day. And I broke my wrist punching a girl who called me a bad name in high school.
Wow.
I don't think you broke your wrist.
Broke the wrist, Waylon's kiss, yellow jumper pooping.
I believe you pooped your yellow jumper.
That is true.
And there's no shame in that. Everyone has accidents, right?
Wait, were you at least young?
I was in 4th grade, and I was waiting, and seriously, it hit me, and it was
I
like,
understand
it was
hashtag.
diarrhea.
Okay.
And I was like,
Cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha. And I was like, I gotta go. I mean, it was so bad, and like, I literally, all over my yellow jumper.
That's a shame.
My sisters laughed at me and made fun
Let's
of me.
see. And
yeah.
I think the lie is the last one.
Yeah, I did not punch anybody.
So,
You got one right finally after 3 weeks.
oh, please. I get them right all the time. You never get
no,
mine right
you
except
didn't
for
last
today.
week. I have proof. Go back and watch last week's show. I got them both right. You were wrong.
Leslie, tell us a little bit about how people can...
Are you not doing your 2 truths and lies?
Yeah,
No,
but I was
because you
trying to
weren't
think of
prepared.
something. I can think of something right now. When I was a young boy in the hills of West Virginia,
Is this what he always goes
my
to?
dad, my mom, and I were driving my dad's Ford truck up the driveway. My mom was so short she had to sit on like phone books or a pillow to see over the thing. And all of a sudden, the truck caught on fire. And Mom's like, "Get out, get out." So we got out. And then later on, when Dad was like fixing the truck, the grill, the front of the truck, was melted because of the fire. But Dad cut up a milk crate and made a new grill out of the milk crate. Hashtag classy. Number 2, I had special powers that could communicate with animals when I was a young person.
Oh, jeez.
I still have them today. And number 3, my real name is John Paul Miller.
So
Oh, actually, wait a minute. All those were true. Let
I
me think
was
of a
gonna
lie.
say-
my real name is Jason Paul Miller.
Oh my god.
I knew all those were true, except the middle one is you think you can speak to animals, but you really can't.
No. When I would go outside when I was a kid, and I would go, "Here, kitty, kitty, kitty," and I would hold out my arms, and all the animals from around the woods would come, and the birds would land on my arms, and the cats would come around me, and the dogs, and the deer, and the antelope, and everything. And I would just enjoy them out in nature.
Speaking of nature,
Hashtag animals.
what do you call a bee who's from the United States?
Bee, I don't know.
A USB.
Oh, that is funny. Okay, Lessie, let's hear. It wasn't even that funny. Waylon, you thought it was funny?
Your reaction was funny.
Oh.
What is a scary bee called?
You know what Leslie said the other day? She's like,
What?
someone came in and said I was funnier than you. And I'm like,
Thank you,
it was
Crystal
probably
Hurst.
one of your clients.
They do think I'm funny. What is a scary bee called? A booby.
And Leslie will be touring with her comedy show this spring. We're excited about it. She'll be locally at the Knoxville Civic Auditorium with a sold-out crowd with her stand-up, Leslie McCarter. This is real.com.
If someone needed a boat made,
Okay, is this what? Can't we choose truth and lie?
Sheesh.
I don't
Our
like
two
this
truths and a
little.
lie is done.
Oh,
It's done.
There's no segment that says.
I am
Jokes.
bringing jokes to the platform. I'm trying to save this show. The past 2 weeks have been a bomb.
If you're not
No.
sure what that is, I just swallowed my mint. Sorry,
Okay.
You just spill your mint.
sorry. I'm fine.
I'm fine. If somebody needed a boat made, what did the people in town say? I know a man. Like, no.
And you can catch more of Leslie on her tour coming this spring to a city near you.
Wait, she's got one more.
One more.
This isn't funny. Please don't unsubscribe.
What do you call the lights that were on Noah's Ark?
I'm not sure.
Floodlights. 'Cause, like, he was in a
Yes,
flood.
the flood. Guys, seriously, Leslie
Oh
is...
my God, you're blind.
I know. my vision's getting worse.
For
as
those
I
of you
get
that can't
older.
see this, I just put on JP.
They're
What's your name?
readers.
Josh Miller. I just put on Josh Miller's glasses.
Here's the deal.
Oh my gosh.
I've spent my money to
I
go to
do
the
have
eye
readers,
doctor and stuff, going out to eat. So I can't go to the eye doctor. If you're an eye doctor and you would like to trade some advertisement on my radio show or Facebook or our YouTube show, I'll be like, make sure you visit Dr. Oz on Middletown Pike in Charleston, West Virginia. I'll do that if you'll, well, I kind of need the eye surgery, but if you can't
Are
do
you
that,
LASIK?
I don't know.
One of my best friends got LASIK, and she said it was the best thing that she's ever done. And I think it's kind of scary, but I mean, they say it's amazing and it works.
You don't have any vision issues?
No, I have like little readers that are like what the lowest number you can get. Just like if the doctor told me that like if I'm using my phone and I'm looking at a screen, it might help me because I was getting kind of headaches. Like
You don't even wear them.
I know, I never wear them.
These are actually too strong. I think I
Those
just
are
need a
super-
1. This is like a 2.
Do you
But I
want
really,
my ones?
I don't know. I always forget because they sell them at the Dollar Tree. But if you get them at Walgreens, they're $20. So I'm like, I don't want to pay $20 for these stupid readers. I can get them at Dollar Tree for $1. But
The one is really like a 10.
well, I think they're fine.
Okay, last joke. Knock knock.
Who's here?
Europe.
You're a poo.
No, you're a poo.
And seriously, folks, welcome to This Is Real. It's nothing but fun here, as you can tell. Leslie bursting forth with this talent of comedic timing.
Hashtag I'm funny.
And
Shirts will be out next week. You can order my hashtag I'm funny shirts.
We are going to get some shirts.
On my website.
It's called
which
merch.
I don't have.
And
yet.
so I think we're going to get a website. And we have a logo. We'll insert it right here. Waylon, wouldn't you love a hoodie with that on it? Guys, let us know in the comments below.
Not the contents.
In the comments below. Would you like a shirt with our show on it? Because I would.
Because I would.
Speaking of strange things, I was thinking today I was thinking today about strange things that you do or are normal in your family, but like if you told someone else or like someone else is over at your house and that happened, you're kind of like, maybe we're a little weird. You know what I mean?
I've always felt like that. Like when my friends would come over and they'd hear my mom in the other room going,
speaking in tongues and praying, yes.
Praying and, whatever. And no, Satan, I rebuke you. And I mean, I grew up and I was so used to that.
Yeah.
And I know it is, if you don't understand it, it's not something you've grown up with. I can understand. When Waylon came in our family,
I bet he was like...
we went to a very Pentecostal church, and he went to a Baptist church, and I would go to church with him, and he would go to church with me, and I think our church was a little bit of a shock to him.
Your family is very expressive, for the most part.
Who's
Someone's
calling
me. I don't know if it's a bill collector or...
You're a psychiatrist again?
I don't know. I'll have to call you back. I'm so sorry, but I'm taping This Is Real.
That'd be funny if you answered and say, and you're live on this show.
I do that on my radio show.
My gosh.
Speaking of radio shows, I have another show that I do every Monday night. It's called the Smoky Mountain Gospel Jubilee. It features different Southern gospel music, and I'm the host. And JP
he
Miller.
just celebrated his 10-year anniversary.
So we are
Can talk.
hitting our dreams. And you can be a part of our dreams by subscribing to our channel on YouTube as well as a podcast. It's called This Is Real.
Guys, if you have a business that you would like us
REEL.
to advertise for you, let us know.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get lots of hits on that one. So, in my grandma Boots's, hiding keys is something that I think is interesting. Like, growing up, we didn't lock our house, right? Mm-hmm. And we accidentally locked it one time when we were on vacation, and we had to bust through the
door,
the screen,
or the window,
to get in. But it's like, growing up, like I remember the key at Grandma Boots's was always in the garage on the flower pot. Everyone knew that's where the key was.
Everyone in town.
So why did we lock it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's funny.
I just think it's odd that we're like, look under the mat or under the flower pot on the porch. You know what I mean?
Or the frog in the flower bed.
I think
where everybody hides it.
Yeah, I think if someone wants in, they're going to get in. But I just thought it was kind of amusing that the keys are always in the same place. But at Grandma Boots's, she had this drawer, and it was a special drawer in the kitchen, and you could pull it out, and it was on one of those like rollers, so it pulled out really nice, like zing, you know what I mean? Not all the drawers were like that, but that drawer, and it was the junk drawer. And in that was a plethora of items, that have been collected and discarded over the years. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like matchbooks or eyeglasses or
rubber
little
bands.
skillets or ashtrays or
lighters.
Just really great stuff.
That's what's
And
in our drawer.
cool keychains and whistles and just
whistles.
amazing marbles and you name it, kids. It was fun stuff. And we were allowed to get something every time we went there. And that was, it's the little things, #kids, that you'll remember from your grandparents, like their marbles.
And how they've lost them.
I know. What's something else that's weird in your life, in your home, or growing up, or even at your house?
Oh, gosh.
My dad was pretty, and I get this from him a little bit, but if we had friends over, my dad would literally walk down the hall in his underwear.
Oh, my
Jeannie,
mom.
You got a towel down there? And I'm like, Dad, everyone is at the house. And Dad would be like in his underwear, well, hey guys, how you doing? And I'm like, put some clothes on. But now I'm kind of like that.
I get it though. And we are our parents.
Yeah.
Like my mom would, if we had a bunch of guys and girls over just hanging out, some friends, she'd end up coming in and having a sex talk with us. Now listen, and I'd be like, oh God, Mom.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, I'm just thinking, but now I look back and I think, I get it though. I mean, I get it.
We are more our parents
We really are.
than we
I
realize.
was so embarrassed sometimes. But then, I mean, as I've gotten older, my mom always embarrassed us. Anywhere we went, she'd be loud, just singing a song.
Imagine my kids.
Yes, you know, and
Poor
so,
kids.
oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, Aaliyah just dropped a painting. Aaliyah is our assistant.
My daughter, she's the troll.
She's
who
on the show.
brings you whatever. My daughter has become quite the artist, and she has a bunch of art.
You can
That's her-
see one of the
that's her-
paintings she's working on.
Isn't that pretty?
Something that I loved when I was a kid, but it doesn't happen today really, is riding in the back of the truck. I mean,
We did.
You get
and you,
like,
you get in trouble now.
yeah,
We'd
but
all
you get
pile
like
in and
1 foot on the tire and just pull yourself up into the truck. And everyone did it. Like I remember my grandma Betty, who's like old, and I were teaching Bible school, and it was like some fish themed Bible school, maybe Noah and the whale or something. Well, Grandma Betty bought this huge whale floaty thing to decorate our room. We couldn't blow it up, so we had to drive down the road to the gas station to get it blown up. So I drove. I don't know why we did this, but I drove, and Grandma sat in the back of the truck with the whale. And then when we came back, she was literally trying to hold on to it.
As
Her
it's
hair
blowing.
was yeah. And I'm like, why
Yes.
didn't I hold the wheel and she drive? But
we have a giant mermaid one, and it's huge. But no, I get it. And we did. Jocelyn, one of my best friends from middle school, around Halloween time, we would all have like these little like bonfires over at her house, and her neighbor, who was like another dad to her, would get all the kids in his truck, and he would drive us through and let us just like, we would go through hay fields and just, we'd have such a fun time. And I remember that, like, I mean, it was just a bunch of us from school, and now you can't, I mean, you'll get in trouble. I saw 2 girls sitting in the back of a truck on chairs going down the main road, and I was thinking, they're going to get pulled over.
Yeah.
I mean, once you get pulled over, and it's kind of dangerous.
well,
It's
like
a little
Uncle
scary.
Dickie had this big van that it was like a kidnapperish van, you know. It
Every
wasn't a
time we
minivan.
see one
Yeah.
coming, Leah's like, I
But
don't want
the
to park
funny
over
thing
there.
is he had a mattress in it. And that's what, when, kidnapper hashtag. So, but when we get in the van,
my God.
me, John Paul, Amy, Christy, we just jump on the mattress in the back and play and lay down and take a nap or build a tent, and he's just driving his big old van that's like the size of this
Oh, my
room.
gosh.
We could like jump in there. You can't do that today.
No, you can't. Anytime we
Kidnapper
see a
vans
van
aren't
like
even
that.
around anymore.
I mean, Aaliyah freaks out, does she not? She's like, I don't want to be parked next to that.
Didn't you always act like when you were a kid, you're like, I think that's what the kidnappers.
Yes. Well, now it's we love hearing like the ice cream trucks coming. Did you ever have ice
Have
cream
I ever
trucks?
told you my ice cream truck story? It's kind of
You
tragic.
you kind of want to be an ice cream truck guy. I could see you doing that.
I'm a college professor today. Look at this.
You do look nice. Your hair looks really good today. Look at
at my
these socks and these pants.
But this
Are these my socks?
Oh God! I better not show my leg. Speaking of ice cream trucks, picture it.
Picture it.
Oh!
It was probably 81, 85. It was early 80s.
I was barely born.
I'm in a shirt that says "Totally Awesome" and a pair of Jams, no shoes on.
We need to get shirts made. to say
My
totally
sister was practicing a dance routine to "Oh Mickey, You're So Fine, You're
got it,
So
Kim.
Fine, You Blow My Mind, Hey Mickey." And so I had to sit there and critique her routines to make sure she was sharp. And I was always like, yeah, that's good. It's like when your kids ask you to watch something and
Right.
you're like, uh-huh, that's great. I love you. Now get out so I can watch television. So it was kind of like that with Kim. I always
so I
had to
can
watch her
finish
dance routines.
scrolling.
Yeah. So anyway, we hear this heavenly music coming from the mountains. Ding, 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 ding. Hi, kids. Ding, 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 boing. Ice cream. And Kim goes, that's the yummy truck.
The yummy
And I was
truck.
like, what is it that you speak of? I've never heard of this. And she's like, it's the truck where you can get all kinds of ice cream and they stop and you can buy it. We lived in the country, so I didn't even know this existed.
Oh my gosh.
So Kim goes, run into the house and get some money. Well, I did. Off I went in my Jams and Totally Awesome shirt, ran in, just took money out of Mom's purse and started down the hill where Kim was holding the yummy truck. Little did I know Satan had put chestnut briars under the chestnut trees. And if you know what those are, they're really prickly. They're literally thorns around the chestnut. Guess who didn't have shoes on because I was just a simple farm boy and didn't have shoes.
You didn't own a jet like me.
So all of a sudden, I go down. There I am, wailing and screaming in my jams and Totally Awesome shirt with all these briars in my foot.
Oh, no.
So luckily, I hobbled down the rest of the hill and got one of those red, white, and blue things,
like
that looks like a rocket.
I love those.
It was awful. It had like no taste. I should have gotten a push-up. But anyway, that's the one and only time the ice cream truck came to my house at my mom's. Hashtag Country Lives Matter too.
Country Lives. My favorite is the strawberry with the crumbly.
I enjoy crumbs.
Oh my gosh, you know what I'm talking about? Like the little cakey crumbs and shortcake.
So I made a vow, kind of, and I was like, whenever I hear an ice cream truck for my children, I'm going to let them get it. And I do. So that's basically, I spend $75 because the other kids in the neighborhood don't have any money. So I'm like, fine, you guys can buy them stuff. And my kids, Macy had an ice cream scam going on in kindergarten where she would take her account, buy ice cream for all of her friends that didn't have any money. No wonder you were popular, Macy. And we're like, we need to figure out where your money's going, what's going on? She's like, what? Every day I buy ice creams for the class. And I'm like, great.
There was a girl in middle school, I swear she gave money to everyone. That she always had $1. So everybody would bum dollars off her all the time. And I felt like people just used her, Was
it you?
No, I didn't have a lot of money. I mean, I'm not.
Oh, really?
Don't even start. I wore hand-me-downs.
It all went into the private jet. It did.
Anyways.
And don't hit me. I don't know if I will review this.
Oh.
But I got in the car recently. And my daughter goes, I don't know, are we allowed to show that? Yes, I think we'll show the picture of my bruise.
You're not
Waylon,
suing me.
Insert
photo here that his
bruise.
daughter took makeup and they made this fake bruise
true.
and they sent me this picture and he was like, look at what you've done to me after all these shows. Every time you punch me. And I'm like, oh,
Macy
please.
Goes, Daddy, what's wrong? And I'm like, that must have been where Lessie hit me. She hit you? And I'm like, yes. And it happens all the time at the show. And it's called elderly abuse. And report it. So we'll show you that bruise. Just
Insert
so you know,
fake photo.
It's not fake.
She really could go to college for that makeup job.
So, ice cream trucks. What were we talking about? Childhood. Weird things about childhood. So, we
need to wrap this up.
So, speaking of grandma boots, I was in the first grade. It was Christmas Eve. And I remember we were on our way to Grandma Boots's to meet my cousins and aunts and uncles, my grandma and everything.
No, Grandma Boots is on your mom's side or dad?
Dad. Okay. And she lived just kind of over the mountain from us. I know that sounds redneck, and she lived down Sun Valley Road, which is...
What's wrong with redneck?
Nothing.
Okay.
Anyway,
just checking.
It was snowing, so I remember sitting in the back. And remember on Star Wars how stuff would go, like in your face, you know what I mean? Like galaxies or stars. You're driving the spaceship, but these things are coming at you. And you're like, meow, meow. And so the snow was like that. I remember I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like we're driving, and what are those called? Star Wars. I've never seen that. I'm sorry for all you nerds that like Star Wars. I've never seen any of them.
I'm not a Star Wars or Star Trek fan. I never have been.
Yeah. Hashtag.
There are a lot of people that are, though.
Sorry, Waylon.
We just lost half our phone.
I know. No. I'm sorry.
Waylon is, though. Kinda.
Speaking of Christmas Eve,
we'll cut
we were, so we pulled into Grandma Boots's. We got out.
I do love a good Chewbacca, though. Is that his name?
Wait, can you do it?
No, but you can. Do it, Waylon. Do it. I'm not
This
kidding.
is dead time.
I'm
Hurry,
not kidding.
do it.
Hurry, save us. That is not it. I thought it was like or something.
Wow.
No.
I'm so sorry for
you do it. Do it again.
everyone that's listening
Waylon,
or
you
watching.
can do it. You used to do it all the time.
I don't have a microphone.
Come here.
I can't do it.
No,
Do it.
This is quite embarrassing. Hey guys, this is The Real. I'm JP Miller. I'm a soloist now.
Actually might be the worst show.
This is a great story.
Okay, back
Can
down
I at least
to
share my testimony?
You need to smoke. Okay. So it was Christmas Eve.
So we got to Grandma Boots's, and we get
The
there.
snow's in your face. Star Wars. Got it.
This is my story.
You've been talking this
We
whole
go
time.
to
It's
the
getting a little
into the
boring.
kitchen, and picture it. Early 80s, West Virginia, it's snowing. Grandma Boots's were in the house. You already know where the key is. But around the table, she had a plastic felt. Underneath it was felt Christmas tablecloth, not from the Dollar Tree, but like Dollar General, a nicer one.
Yeah, a little nicer,
And
a little
so
nicer.
she had Diet Right, which I hated, and coffee, but that's what she drank. And
Love
she also
some
had
coffee.
Go Lightly candy in the
Go Lightly?
dish cabinet. What are those called? China cabinets.
Go lightly.
It was called Go Lightly.
Okay.
Hashtag.
I don't remember. Okay.
So she made great peanut butter fudge, and she had, the
go get some
cheese,
today.
not Cheetos that are crunchy, but the fat ones.
Yes.
I hate those, and she always had those, and they were generic. They were a white bag with black writing on them.
Oh, do you like the fat ones, guys, or do you like the hard, crunchy ones?
Let us know in the comments.
In the contents.
And if you ever bought generic, Grandma Boots was kind of tight, so she wasn't a big spender. Now, Grandma Betty, as soon as she got paid, we went to Showbiz Pizza. Hashtag.
Hashtag show business.
Miracles. But so Grandma Boots's were there, and she always had walnuts, and there was cool nutcrackers, and you can smash the junk drawer against the walnuts,
'em.
and it would break the shell. So we're unwrapping our stuff. We got these guns. That's firing the gun. That's when you were allowed to play with guns, right?
Right?
So the phone rang. Just like that. It was a rotary phone, if you know what that is. Hashtag I collect rotary phones. You can send your phones to P.O. Box 5745, Sevierville, Tennessee.
You already did this.
37862.
They already
that was
had
another
it.
show. So Dad was on the phone, and we all kind of got quiet because we could tell something was going on. So we kind of all got in the kitchen. It's a smoke. Everyone smokes cigarettes, and, eating walnuts and listen. His dad got off the phone. He's like, so there's this family that goes to church with us. We didn't know, but the mom's in the hospital, and the dad's been laid off from work. Their two boys that were in our Sunday school class weren't going to have a Christmas. And so it was very sad. It was like, what do we do? It's Christmas Eve. It's like 10 o'clock at night. This is before pre-Walmart, if you can imagine. Pre-stuff open 24. That didn't exist, and it was Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
No one worked back then. Like Sundays used to be closed, you know.
Right.
So anyway, Grandma Boots went over, got a big wad of money because she didn't spend it on cheese puffs. She had lots of money. She gave it to Dad and Uncle Dickie. They left to try to go find some toys. While they were going, like my mom and Aunt Susie and Aunt Becky got all of us kids together, and we were getting out of the trash like some ribbon and boxes that we had thrown away because we already unwrapped our stuff. And we're, making tags and bows and all that stuff, getting scissors and tape and getting wrapping paper, out of the closet. I also dream that there's a bomb shelter at my grandma's house, and I don't know if that's true. Let me know, family, if I dreamed that, or was there a secret bomb shelter in the kids' room closet
we
that
need to
opened
know.
up to
We need to know.
a huge white bomb shelter with expensive jewelry in it? I had that dream.
We should
a
go. I
lot.
think we should go there and find out.
But I'm kind of like, I keep forgetting to ask my family, did Grandma have a secret bomb shelter
may
that
have.
you accessed through the closet in the playroom
Or you think
that
you
was
either,
filled with jewels?
You're thinking you either dreamt this once, or this is like you're having this memory from a long time ago.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, and
Does
I
she
forget
still
to
live
ask.
there?
No,
Or-
she's dead and someone else lives there. But
Oh. We could go.
I
knock
guess
on
I
their
could knock
door.
on the. I know where the key is. It's in the flower pot garage still.
It's under
probably.
the frog.
Hashtag Sun Valley Road. So we were getting all the presents and stuff together. Well, Dad and Uncle Dickie show up. They found a gas station that was open all night that had toys. They bought all the toys.
Oh, that's
And it
awesome.
was like, well, yeah. So we're wrapping them. We're getting them ready. And I'm making a gift tag, to Waylon from JP, And because we knew them, they went to Sunday school with us. And my dad, took me in the playroom where the bomb shelter was and said, Bub, we can't let them know these are coming from us. You can't put your name on them because that's not why we're doing this. We don't want them to know that we did this. You give because you're able to, and you give in silent, so you're left hand doesn't know what your right hand are doing, or something paraphrased like that. So anyway, we're like, okay, so we go to the house, put the presents there on the porch, knock, and we run away. And so that started a tradition in our family that we still do today. Every Christmas Eve, we find a house or a family in need. We go to them, deliver the presents, knock on the door, run away. Now our kids do it.
That's awesome.
You know, some of the people, our families have died, you know, and we've gotten babies that are new. But it's my kids' favorite part of Christmas. And I wrote a song about it that we're going to share and insert. And it's called Christmas Eve Down Sun Valley Road. And here you go. It's about what happened to me on that night very long ago. Insert. First house on the left, down Sun Valley Road. We gathered at my grandma's house many years ago, telling stories, playing games, giving gifts that night. As Daddy laid the phone down, you could tell some things weren't right. Gathered around the table, he told what he had learned. A family down the valley whose Christmas took a turn. Two boys and their parents had run across hard times. Their daddy just got laid off and they were down to their last dime. Silence fell upon the room with tears in some eyes. It was late on Christmas Eve, we didn't have much time. Grandma reached into her purse and handed her two boys a bunch of cash, hoping they could go and find some toys. When they returned with loaded arms from their shopping trip, we gathered to find ribbons, bows, boxes that would fit. We headed down the valley where the family stayed. Put the presents on the porch, knocked and ran away. Christmas Eve down Sun Valley Road, a little boy learned the greatest story ever told. Heaven gave the gift that we could have eternal life. Now it's up to us to make sure things down here go right. Learn the greatest story ever told. Greatest story. Christmas Eve down Sun Valley Road. Of all the gifts that I've received, all the carols I've sung, nothing stands out in my mind like the lesson that I learned. The greatest gift that I received is the chance I have to give and share the message of the gospel every day I live. Christmas Eve down Sun Valley Road, a little boy learned the greatest story ever told. Heaven gave the gift that we could have eternal life. Now it's up to us to make sure things down here go right. I learned the greatest story ever told on Christmas Eve down Sun Valley Road. On Christmas Eve down Sun Valley Road, I learned the greatest story ever told. So that's the story of my Christmas Eve down Sun Valley Road thing. Cool follow-up story. A few years ago, we found some people in the community that were having a rough time. And so you know what a holler is. You know, like up a
I
holler.
lived in Happy Holler Road.
I believe we were up Chicken Farm Holler, but I'm not sure. It might have been Gladys Holla, but Chicken Farm Holla is a real thing, which is kind of funny. I think that's like where my mom's from. But let's see, Chicken Farm Holla.
What was I saying?
So we're going to this house, and we're sneaking up because we're like, okay, be quiet, because it's fun for the kids. Sorry you're yawning, Waylon. I guess my story's not very good. But we go up, and then we hear like a shotgun.
Oh, no.
And my dad's like, whoa, buddy, we're here with the kids, to give them presents from the church or whatever. And they were like, and this dude's, standing there and, he's holding a beer.
With his shotgun in his
with
beer.
With no shirt on.
Yeah.
And so we go in the house.
Kind of like you do when we come over to your house, yeah.
We go in the house, and it's kind of like a stereotypical West Virginia story, kind of like unpainted plywood, one of those heaters that has real flames like your grandma had, that you're like, how is that not burning the house down? Because it looks like fire, And, there was beer bottles around with cigarette butts in them, very just like, you know what I'm saying, kind of whatever. And there was a tree in the corner, Christmas tree, but it had nothing under it and had nothing on it. And these little kids peeked from around, the corner, because they heard something was going on or whatever. So we were like, let's get out of here before we're murdered. Have a great Christmas. So fast forward a year, Christmas Eve, and Uncle Dickie or whoever was in charge was like, we're actually going back to that house that we did the year before because they're still struggling or whatever. This time they know we're coming. They're not going to shoot us. So we go there, and this time it's the same scene. Kind of the smokiness, plywood, fire, beer bottle, issue thing going on, just that feel. But I looked over, and the tree's still there, and there was nothing under it, but on it were our tags from the year before.
Aww.
That they used kind of like as ornaments.
That's cool.
And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And it's really cool. Not that we did something great. That's not the point of it. And you wouldn't believe how many people, how people are.
Right.
Me telling this is not bragging. I'm just saying this to hopefully inspire you. And, they say the greatest story ever told, is the story of Jesus, and his birth and coming to save the world. And I learned that down Sun Valley Road, when I was in the first grade. And that stuck with me ever since. Benevolence, which is like helping people, was very strong in my family. And now that I'm like getting old, like my dad's going now, my grandmas are both going now. And so we have the pressures like, okay, we're the ones in charge. Like we have to step up to the plate a little bit. And what are we going to teach our children? What's our legacy? Yeah. When I think of my dad, I don't think about his career. And he had a successful career. Right. I don't think about I think about him helping people. Right. And that's such a great legacy to have. It is.
My mom is the same, and you know this. Yes. She has taken everyone into her home.
She's nuts.
Strangers, all these things. And I remember growing up being like, okay, there's this lady. And I do understand you have to have wisdom, and you need to, use discernment and, common sense. But she would take people in and really help people. And it was we were never scared or anything. It's just... it's different. You're kind of like, okay, who is this person? But you never know, even if they're in your life just for that little time, or you guys giving those gifts. Obviously, it meant enough for them to keep those tags to decorate their tree with. Like they're going to look at that tree with those tags on it and be like, somebody cared, somebody showed love. You know what I mean?
And
in a time of need.
If you can find something that you are passionate about or that you love or that makes your heart tick, in my life, it's been music like that before. It's been working with young people, that kind of helping benevolent stuff, even doing stuff like this, I'm like, this gets me going. Like, this is kind of what I need to do. Channel what you have, if you're good at sewing, I know people that like sew stuff for people for free at church or make like things and send them to the overseas, with little bags. Or if you're a cook, make some cookies. If you have phones, mail them to me.
If you have $100 bills, Leslie McCarter at Yacht. No, I'm
You're passionate about dance and being in shape.
Yeah,
and
I do. But my health and fitness is a huge part of our life, and I love to help others with that because to us, your spiritual walk with the Lord should be number one, but you should be taking care of your physical self as well. But I was going to say, Aaliyah, our daughter, wants to start making these, what were they, those,
Like
a care package. Pastor Anthony was talking about this the other
for
day.
homeless.
Like you make
This is
these
cool.
care packages, and whether it has like dry snacks in it that won't go bad for a long time, a toothbrush, deodorant, maybe
Bottle of
some
water.
gift cards,
Yeah.
whatever. You make a bunch of them, you leave them in your car, give them to people, leave in their car, and every time you see someone that's homeless, instead of being like, oh, I don't have any cash on me, or I don't have nothing to give them, you grab one of those packages, you just hand it out the window, and that could be the biggest blessing, you know what I mean? Or go down to a place where you see a lot of homeless people and give those to them, you just never know. I
I've
think
always
that's a great
been
that's a
very
great way
passionate about. I love helping homeless. My kids do too, and I'm
to get. Well, you
thankful
have someone
for that.
living in your home right now who
Yeah, we take in whoever. If you're homeless, just give me a call.
saying, yeah.
But when I was taught how to help homeless people, because people are like, well, they're just going to buy drugs or alcohol, or I'm like, if you feel led to do it,
Just do it.
Just do it. God's going to take care of it. But the point I would like to challenge you is, what's your legacy? What are you going to be remembered for?
What are you leaving behind?
Yeah.
I mean, it's who cares about all the money in the world? And we do want you to send us your money, but no. But this is a real note. Like one day, all of us have that date with death. Let's be honest, all of us do. And where are you going? What are you going to leave behind? If it is, all I did was work all these years and I never spent time with my family. I don't have a relationship with my kids.
Yeah.
I don't, I'm miserable. I'm unhealthy, all these things. You're going to, when you're dead and gone, that's what you're going to end up leaving behind.
I'm so blessed to have had a great family, still do. But like when I think of Grandma Boots, she was so faithful to church. That was what she did. And she was a little Pentecostal for our Baptist church because she grew up in Webster Springs, which is in the hills, like where people handle snakes kind of thing. She didn't, but I'm just saying it was there. Where you see the documentaries in West Virginia. Yeah, that's where we're from. But anyway, when I think of Grandma Betty, she dedicated her life to singing at our church for like 60 years or something crazy. She died when she was 90, and I think she came when she was like 18. But she led the music Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, Bible school, church camp, Easter, for her whole life. And so I'm reminded, for that. My dad, the thing I think about the most is how he just helped everyone.
Yeah.
He did not judge them. We'd see like a hitchhiker, Dad would pick him up. I'm not saying do that now because I get it. It's a different time.
Again, you got to use wisdom.
Yeah.
You got to use,
Yeah. So I was kind of challenged about that today to share that with you all. What's your legacy? What are you leaving behind? And think about that because like you said.
You can't take all the extra stuff
tick,
with you.
Tick, time is moving.
It's all about
We're
having a
gonna die
relationship with Jesus and what are you doing right now, every day.
Was this a good show or a bad show? Because I don't have a feeling on it. That's true. I hope this was a good show. If it's a bad show, I'm kind of 50-50. I really like my Christmas thing, but I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Was this a bad show?
No.
We appreciate you all being with us on This Is Real. We're going to sign off for now.
We're going to sign off for now, guys.
This is a podcast as well as a YouTube show. You can also find us at 6 o'clock on NBC every Saturday night. If anyone still has cable. No, I'm just kidding. But if
We're
you
also
are
gonna
out
be,
there,
appearing on Reva.
I wouldn't mind doing something for NBC in New York. We could come on
If you need
Saturday
some
Night
MCs.
Live or just us do this show. I mean, people are saying, boy, you guys are like the Regis and Kathy Lee of the Smoky Mountains. We get it every day. And we're looking to come your way. So give us a call at 865 Smoky Mountains. And,
No, don't.
but seriously, folks, we appreciate you being with us today on This Is Real, which is the name of our show.
Don't have a great day.
Have a cow.
Have a real great day.
Remember when everyone would be, don't have a cow, man.
Oh, yeah.
Don't have a cow, man.
It's funny. But seriously, we love cows and the farmers.
They're so
and
cute.
I like a farmer's market. Thanks for being with us today. This is Real. REEL. This is JP Miller.
And Leslie McCarter.
This is JP Miller signing off. I blocked that shot. Oh, I've probably offended someone.
I just farted.
That's staying in the
I'm just
show.
kidding. I really didn't, but that was funny.
I've got to go teach a lecture.
Oh, we gotta go meet.
Harvard Professor Miller, what do you teach? Facebook or YouTube. I wonder if I could be a college professor and teach like
you
yard
turning this off?
sailing or
Are we done?
how to have a yard sale or gospel
How
music
to have a
101.
yard sale.